There we go. There you go. On command signal. And another one. There we go. Flashing lights, non-emergency. Flashing lights, non-emergency. For distraction purposes. This is Thomasville Mayor, Larry Dominic. Misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds on video. Obviously, flashing lights, non-emergency. Police officers involved in criminal activity of state fraud, mental health hospital, inpatient entrapment. There we go. They're being instructed to act a certain way. Next door, 5135, second floor hideout. Okay? And of course, this is a distraction away from 5130 and behind Carlos Sanletti Protein Shake business, trafficking, distribution, and packaging of narcotics. The silent alarm has been triggered, and we have two police officers, non-emergency, flashing lights, non-emergency, guys. Okay? The game of manipulation, daily plan attacks entrapment at 6:16 p.m., 6:16 p.m., July 10th, 2026. What can I say? They got caught. They got caught in the act. And this is called the game of manipulation. Daily plan attacks entrapment. Okay? Here we go. We do have a vehicle that is behind Carlos Sanletti Protein Shake business. A red vehicle that appeared and obviously has been instructed to hide all the way by the dumpsters. That could be the reason for the two police officers being dispatched as a distraction, so this red vehicle can be served by Carlos Sanletti Protein Shake business. Okay, so that's what it is. Friday, and we also have two children running with a book bag, going toward the dollar store, and obviously the dollar store is no longer open. Okay, the two boys were met by the customer away from camera view. Okay, that was earlier. So we are waiting for the red vehicle, obviously behind Carlos Sanletti Protein Shake business, and that's the reason for the two police officers being deployed. Silent alarm. Okay, flashing lights, no sirens, and traveling at a high rate of speed. Safety concern, of course, and a misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds. I filed a petition with a tax preparer incriminating our current mayor of misuse of power and a misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds. June 10th, Wednesday. That's right, June 10th, Wednesday. And it's 6:18 p.m., July 10th, 2026. Okay, Friday. And that's a confirmation as far as the community gang stalking. Told you. So the police officers were dispatched directly from next door, 5135 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60204. Once again, I filed a petition with a tax preparer incriminating our current mayor a misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds. June 10th, 2026, Wednesday. Okay? Based on May 1st, 2026, Friday at 6:17 p.m. And it's 6:19 p.m. now, July 10th, 2026, Friday. See that? See the coincidence? And also February 27th, 2026, Friday at 3 p.m. Okay? Involving a U.S. Marshal. And these two squad cars, usually a white one, and the other dark vehicle most likely belongs to Sergeant Porter Badge number 2255, right forearm tattoo, waiting, standing by, set up traps, false police reports, and arrests, court dates, order of protection, and document a history of mental health issue illness. Once I respond to the game of manipulation, daily plan attacks, entrapment. There we go. And it just got real quiet. The individual at 5132 is making periodic deliveries, Hawthorne track race horses. There we go. You saw that. So the individual ran inside once I turned the camera away from camera view and slammed the door. And we were able to capture the moment that happened on video. On video. The moment the individual was instructed to run inside once I turned the camera this way. Okay? And there's the red vehicle. I told you, that's the customer. Do you know where your loved ones are? That's the reason why the two police officers were instructed. There we go. That's the information right there. Do you know where your loved ones are? Okay, so Carlos and Letty Protein Shake Business drive-through. This individual was instructed to park by the dumpsters and wait to be served by Carlos and Letty Protein Shake Business. And off they go. Okay? So, once again, we were able to capture this individual in the act of being served at 6:21 p.m., July 10th, 2026, Friday. So, let's see. Let's see. Okay, waiting. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. Right there. Let's see, getting the volume. Here we go. There we go, right there. Right there, watch. Oops. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's the reason for the police officers being deployed immediately. And that's bait focus follow since this fan. There we go. There we go. Eye contact. There we go. Eye contact again. You saw that. While reviewing the video, they opened the door and closed it immediately.
Nothing, guys. There you go. Command signal. And another one. There we go. Flashing lights, non-emergency. Flashing lights, non-emergency. For distraction purposes. This is unnecessary layer. Examine misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds on video. Obviously, flashing lights, non-emergency. Police officers involved in criminal of state fraud, mental health hospital, inpatient insurance. There we go. They're being instructed to act a certain way. Next door, 5135, second floor hideout. Okay? And of course, this is a distraction away from 5130 and behind Carlos Sanletti Protein Shake Business, trafficking, distribution, and packaging of narcotics. The silent alarm has been triggered, and we have 2 police officers, non-emergency, flashing lights, non-emergency, guys. Okay? The game of manipulation, daily plan attacks entrapment, at 6:16 p.m., 6:16 p.m., July 10th, 2026. What can I say? They got caught. They got caught in the act. And this is called the game of manipulation. Daily plan attacks entrapment. Okay? Here we go. We do have a vehicle that is behind Carlos Sanletti Protein Shake Business, a red vehicle that appeared and obviously has been instructed to hide all the way by the dumpsters. That could be the reason for the 2 police officers being dispatched as a distraction, so this red vehicle can be served by Carlos Sanletti Protein Shake Business. Okay? So that's what it is. Friday, and we also have 2 children running with a book bag, going toward the dollar store, and obviously the dollar store is no longer open. Okay, the 2 boys were met by the customer away from Camellia. Okay, that was earlier. So we are waiting for the red vehicle, obviously behind Carlos Sanletti Protein Shake Business, and that's the reason for the 2 police officers being deployed. Silent alarm. Okay, flashing lights, no sirens, and traveling at a high rate of speed. Safety concern, of course, and a misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds. I filed a petition with a tax preparer incriminating our current mayor of misuse of power and a misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds. June 10th, Wednesday. That's right, June 10th, Wednesday. And it's 6:18 p.m., July 10th, 2026. Okay, it's Friday. And that's a confirmation. as far as the community gang started. Told you. So the police officers were dispatched directly from next door, 5135 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60204. Once again, I filed a petition with a tax preparer incriminating our current mayor a misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds. June 10, 2026, Wednesday. Okay? Based on May 1st, 2026, Friday at 6:17 p.m. And it's 6:19 p.m. now, July 10th, 2026, Friday. See the coincidence? And also February 27th, 2026, Friday at 3 p.m. Okay? Involving the U.S. Marshal. And these two squad cars, usually a white one, and the other dark vehicle most likely belongs to Sergeant Porter, badge number 2255, right forearm tattoo, waiting, standing by, set up traps, false police reports, and arrests, court dates, order of protection, and document a history of mental health issue illness. Once I respond to the game of manipulation, daily plan attacks, entrapment. There we go. And it just got real quiet. The individual 5132 is making periodic deliveries, Hawthorne track race horses. There we go. You saw that. So the individual ran inside once I turned the camera away from camera view and slammed the door, and we were able to capture the moment that happened on video. On video. The moment the individual was instructed to run inside once I turned the camera this way. Okay? And there's the red vehicle. I told you, that's the customer. Do you know where your loved ones are? That's the reason why the two police officers were instructed. There we go. That's the information right there. Do you know where your loved ones are? Okay, so Carlos Aletti Protein Shake Business drive-through. This individual was instructed to park by the dumpsters and wait to be served by Carlos Aletti Protein Shake Business. And off they go. Okay? So once again, we were able to capture this individual in the act of being served at 6:21 p.m., July 10th, 2026, Friday. So let's see. What were we let's see.
251.
All right, we got what we needed.
1-800-251-5355.
We got what we needed. I told you. I told you. And I got a brain attack as a confirmation at 6:33 p.m., July 10th, Wednesday. So obviously, they've been attacking the brain since 2003 as a distraction for manipulation purposes, but safety concerns of radiation levels, of course. All right, so there we go. We caught the customer, obviously parking away from camera view by the dumpsters and going inside and being served directly by Carlos. Carlos Aletti Protein Shake Business, drive-through. The individual with the red vehicle was simply instructed to park away from camera view by the dumpsters, go inside, get served, and then run back out. And you saw the handshake and Carlos looking around, making sure there's no witnesses. That's the reason for Sergeant Porter, badge number 2255, right forearm tattoo, and the other police officer, both involved in criminal activity of trafficking, distribution, and packaging of narcotics, and this is categorized as state fraud, mental health hospital, inpatient entrapment. This is a designated area for crime activity, of course. Plenty of second character witnesses waiting for me to respond. A number of prearranged physical attacks on video, okay? And these police officers are waiting for me to interact There's a reason why the Martinez family have been instructed to hide or most likely stay away just in case something happens to me physically or electronically since 2003. Okay? So that's another reason for the dollar store owner transferring the business over to a family member. The dollar store right there remains closed and empty. We uploaded the information, the exact address where the dollar store owner moved to, only a block away by next to 54 Sumac and Pick Line Transit Authority. And to avoid any loose ends of the paper trail as far as Internal Revenue Services because of our extended surveillance. So this is, and it just got real quiet. The individual at 5132 was hiding his truck with the gray truck earlier away from camera view. And obviously to avoid the timestamp, how long the traveling distance, how many routine deliveries making a day, and how long is the reloading process. A number, and we have another vehicle waiting again right there. Okay, so that's a designated area for pickup of narcotics. Carlos and Letty Protein Shake business is doing extremely well. And that's the reason why the police officers have been called immediately to make sure for safe passage of narcotics and to make sure they're undisturbed. Okay, and I have all my windows covered up. Next door, 5135, second floor hideout. Okay, the second floor hideout consists of Thomas' Show officials, Nello Greco, main proprietor of 5132, and his nephew Anthony J. Loader. Okay, the first floor remains vacant. Okay, so we are waiting. Once again, looks like business is picking up. Business is picking up. We have a lot of activity. It is Friday, so you can just imagine the activity that will be taking place tonight. All right, we have another vehicle stopping. Let's see. Okay, this is a very, very hot zone. We also have 5139 Trap House with a gunshot through the front window. And next door, 5135, is another Trap House as well. Okay, we have running. Let's see where this individual is running to. Remember, the dollar store is closed and empty. There we go, community gang stalking. All right, the individual just walked out on command signal. Okay, he didn't know. He didn't know the dollar store is no longer open and is empty. He probably hasn't been in the area for quite some time. But the other individual did run on command signal, okay? He ran toward 5139 Trap House. Okay, so this individual had most likely didn't have an idea. But that right there is a customer. This is a customer right here, okay? All right, so that's what we got. Once again, I filed a petition with a tax preparer incriminating our current mayor a misuse of force, a misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds on video May 1st, 2026 Friday, and February 27th, 2026 Friday as well at 3 p.m. Okay? So that's the time right now. And we were able to capture both police officers waiting, standing by, set up traps, false police reports, and arrests and court dates, order of protection. And of course, that's the reason for the bright light harassment here. Okay? So once again, we're gonna let you guys know the reason why. On both instances, once I removed the items from the window, the attack was called off. So that's exactly what we're gonna do right now. If you do not want to be a victim of State Fraud Mental Health Hospital inpatient entrapment is very simple, guys. You can see the intensity of the bright light. They are utilizing truck lights. There we go. That's all you have to do. And on the dates I indicated, the police officers were instructed not to interact with me because I removed the items from the window. Okay? So if you do not want the police officers we do have the door open in the back as well. So the attack took place with the police officers, and we also have activity in the back as well. You can clearly see the door is open. The door is open right there. See that? So there is activity, and they altered the window right there. The window has been altered. The window has been altered. So we do see activity right there. The door is open. The door is open. So there is activity, guys. And remember, tunnel security patrols are going in and out through the back garage. There we go. So we do have activity. On the lock and key at all times, this is homeowner Martinez, owner of this property. And obviously he's looking around so he can sneak in. Nello Greco, man proprietor 5132, or his nephew Anthony J. Loader. See that? So he's back there, and he is waiting so he can sneak him in and sneak him out. He is pretty much the lookout guy, and that's how they're carrying on discreetly, and that's why he was looking around, making sure there's no one in the area. There we go. Told you. That's how they're carrying on. And we were able to capture the police officers once again. The video has been shut down. The video has been shut down at 6:42 p.m. Friday, July 10th, 2026. Let's see. Let's see. Standing by. There you go. Nothing wrong with the phone. Nothing wrong with the phone. It has been shut down. Once again, the military-grade technology, very aware of my location and activities. Instruction given on command signal. The phone was shut down once again. See that? So we do have activity periodically. And you guys saw that firsthand. And the door is closed now. The door is closed now. As you can see, the door is closed. See that? So that is exactly how they're planning everything. And you can see here in the kitchen, everything's blocked as well. Okay, so we do have activity. Let's see. That's homeowner Martinez. That's his vehicle right there. We caught him. Right there. There you go. You got caught. He's talking to my neighbor. So we got him in the act. And that's it. That's the second floor right there. That's the second floor. Nothing much.
Look at the cops. Can't be harassing people like that.
Just doing a little bird watching.
It's the weekend, man. Leave people alone. Have fun.
There you go. You heard my son. He has no idea what's going on. See that? He has no idea what's going on. See that? Homeowner Martinez caught in the act. This is how he is sneaking out. Nello Greco and this is how they're sneaking out. All right, I have a safety latch, and of course, my ex-wife responded by attacking the door, and Thomas Cicero Patrols responded by deploying the Department of Public Health. See that? This is called the game of manipulation, daily plan attacks, entrapment, and those same police officers you saw in front, they're waiting. And that's the reason for the bright light harassment. See that? That's the reason for the bright light harassment. See that? So remember, keep in mind, anything happens to me physically or electronically, you know who's behind it. Okay? Because remember, this is mind games, and we caught Homeowner Martinez looking around, and we caught the phone being shut down. Nothing wrong with the phone, okay? All right, that's it. We have another vehicle with the lights on. Here we go. We have another vehicle with the lights on. Let's see if that's the fact. Okay, it's just sitting there. All right, that vehicle belongs to the individuals on the second floor. The lights, I don't think the lights are on. No, it's not on. But that vehicle belongs to the individuals on the second floor, new employees of Organized Crime 5130. And you can see the peeking through the blinds right there. The peeking through the blinds right there. Okay. Oh, you heard my... Oh, there we go. Told you. There you go. So these individuals were caught early. There's a lot of trafficking, guys, I'm telling you, and my family has no idea, okay? You heard my son. He said, leave them people alone. It's Friday. Leave them people alone. My family has no idea. So you can just imagine, it is in my benefit that my family has no idea, of course. Okay? We got the individual, and that was a pickup of narcotics. Even though he lives on the second floor. Even though he lives on the second floor. I don't think he lives there. I think he, occasionally he sleeps over. Okay? Occasionally he sleeps over. But he comes by every single day wearing a white shirt to give the impression he's a mover. Just like the first day. And they're constantly moving product. Okay, that's another reason for the phone being shut down. And these instructions were given once I was in the back filming. Okay, don't forget, once I was in the back filming, the instructions were given for this individual to stop by and pick up the narcotics directly from the Candyman or Grandma in the basement 5130. Okay, there we go. We have a lot of trafficking taking place at 6:50 p.m. July 10th, 2026. There we go. And we got my son's statement Leave them people alone. They're not bothering you. Stop harassing them. It's Friday. Okay? I told you. That's my son's statement. No idea of this murder plot electronically since 2003. And we have the police officers on video. And we have the trafficking taking place behind Carlos and Letty Protein Shake. The individual with the red car running in and running out. Okay? And we have the police officers flashing lights. No sirens. It was silent alarm. And, well, let's see back here. I removed the cardboard from the window because it's getting late. But we do have the Homeowner Martinez here on video. Okay? He's not doing much. He's just going out. But this is how pretty much how they're able to smuggle out and in Nello Greco, main proprietor of 5132, and his nephew Anthony J. Logan. Okay? Now, let's go back to where I was, while grocery shopping, I was also attacked, not physically, but these police officers, the same ones on video here, while grocery shopping at Aldi's. The video has my shopping cart as a thumbnail, okay? So, that's the video right there. And while grocery shopping, street was closed off as Catfish. And this was the location right there. And the police officers were entering and exiting and hiding at Cermak Produce. Cermak Produce is right across from Aldi's. Okay, Cermak Produce. And we have the police officers waiting, standing by, set up traps, false police reports, and arrests. Okay? I didn't interact. All I did was film, and obviously we were able to capture the police officer, most likely getting instructions by Sergeant Porter, badge number 2255, rifle arm tattoo. Okay? So we got the police officers attacking me, not physically, but psyche. Just like you saw in front, turning on the siren. In this case, they turned on the sirens. Yeah. When I was at the store, they turned on the sirens. They turned on the sirens, flashing lights, and they were moving at a high rate of speed, doing circles around me while I was moving my shopping cart. Okay, and we caught everything on video. Once again, the thumbnail is my shopping cart, and well, what can I say? Murder plot continues. Extreme lethal, Hollywood frequencies, electromagnetic field waves. Now, the reason I'm being subjected to electronic harassment since 2003, okay, is to manipulate me to respond, provoke, movement, reaction, respond, yelling, running out of control, kicking, screaming, public outbursts. Obviously, I'm not a newbie. It does not affect me in the same manner, okay? But if I were, I would not be here, okay? And the consequences are very severe under doctor's care. All right, please subscribe to YouTube channel Tech Ingredients, detailed information, equal exposure from microwave oven, x-ray machine, or sleeping next to a high power line. Follow us on Facebook. We're on the wheel. We are close to 12K on YouTube channel. Our second channel, 12K. And, well, please contact Internal Revenue Services incriminating the current mayor a misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds, June 10th, 2026, Wednesday. That's when I filed the petition with a tax preparer. You can see the bright light harassment right there toward my windows. Okay? So, once again, the dollar store owner was instructed to transfer over the title to a family member to avoid any association, wrongdoing, or blame once the physical attack takes place, or most likely long-term electronic harassment, secondary health issues, or radiation levels. Now, 5132, the individuals on the second floor now are participating in the catfish. As you can see, that's their silver vehicle right there. Now they got caught as far as their involvement in criminal activity of State Fraud Mental Health Hospital inpatient entrapment. Now they're documented as so. Okay, now they're documented as so. Okay, the difference. Look at this nice property right here. They have a permit. They have a permit. Thomas Cicero immediately started harassing them. Okay, for building a nice little deck in the back. Okay, and they also did some roof job. But these individuals here, they were doing a lot of work. No work permit, and we do have on video building inspector participating in the daily plan attacks and also passing by from time to time, social acting. The reason there's no work permit here is to avoid any association or wrongdoing. That's the reason there's no work permit, and that's called making sure there's no loose ends. We have the mob. Oh, there we go. Another vehicle just arrived, and look at where they're parking. Everyone has been instructed to park away from camera view by the dumpsters. No one is allowed anymore to park in plain sight. Okay, the silent alarm has been triggered because of our continuous surveillance of trafficking Carlos and Letty protein shake business drive through to the back alley or simply to the front or waiting by the side right there. Okay, so very active. And of course, behind this is Nello Greco, main proprietor of 5132. Please contact Internal Revenue Services January 8th, 2025. Fill the petition with a tax preparer incriminating Nello Greco, main proprietor of 5132. Look at this female clearly parking away from camera view. Clearly parking away from camera view. And we got a community gang stalking. Look at where she's parked at, and now she's gonna go. See that? So she's been instructed to park away from camera view. See that? This is instruction given. And she's going directly to the protein shake business. Told you. So they didn't want to open the door to the back to give the impression that they're closed. And we saw how active they are. And you know why I know they're open? Well, how many people are going in and out? Okay, and we caught Carlos closing the door. We caught him closing the door. All right, that's it. We have another customer. And these customers are being instructed to play the role of a female victim in distress each time they park in front of my doorstep. And these females are specifically instructed to play that role for entrapment purposes. That's the reason we have so many females being instructed to park at my doorstep for regarded as categorized as State Fraud Mental Health Hospital inpatient entrapment. On video, guys. On video, guys. That's it. And that's the reason the mob, Board of Education, District 99, male and female are involved to make sure they cover up any loose ends, especially if the physical attack takes place, especially with the IRS paperwork, especially if anything happens to me electronically. You can hear the community gang stalking continuously, and obviously they are responding. Okay? I guess that's it. I guess that's it. It just got real quiet once again. So we were able to capture the female parking away from camera view. It would have been a lot more convenient for her to just park right here. Okay, right here. But the reason, well, they're very aware of my location and activities, instruction given on command signal. So she thought they were going to open the door for her in the back. It would have been a lot more convenient for her. But she was instructed, no, go around. Okay? So she had to go around to give the impression that they're closed. Obviously, they're not closed because we have on video Carlos shaking the individual owner of the red vehicle, sports vehicle. That's it. All right, moving on for now. And we got a statement from my son. Leave them people alone. Okay? 7 p.m., July 10th, 2026. Once again, disregard for public safety, traveling at a high rate of speed, a misuse of power, and a misuse of hard-working taxpayers' emergency revenue funds. These two police officers, obviously, we do have good police officers out here, but unfortunately, the ones involved in criminal activity are being instructed, assigned to this location for safe passage of narcotics, okay? I guess that's it. We have another vehicle standing by right there. So remember, the dollar store is no longer open. Let's see what's going on. Yep, they're going toward Carlos and Letty Protein Shake Business. See that? Told you. Carlos and Letty Protein Shake Business. Their clientele has been instructed not to park in the area to avoid any wrongdoing. And let's see. Okay, we're moving on for now, guys. We got what we needed. Get involved, guys. It is worth your time and effort. Please share our information. And obviously, history in the making. History in the making here, guys. That's what we got. 7:02 p.m., July 10th, 2026. What can I say? Please contact Chopper Detective Services, guys. And remember, Hawthorne Track Race Horses is being utilized for long-distance transportation of narcotics, utilizing animals for this type of service. Okay? And for now, that is it. That's it. No police officers. They're keeping their distance. They're keeping their distance. There we go. We have another vehicle. Let's see. Let's see who this is. Oh, community gang stalking. You want to do that again? You might want to think about it. You might want to think about it, guys. Okay, there we go. That is the protein shake business. And she's been instructed to park there. That is the protein shake business. And she has been instructed to park there. The female clientele. Okay, there we go. They're keeping their distance. Remember, the females are being employed to play the role of a female in distress to call 911 once they park in front of my doorstep. And we have on video a protein shake that was placed right next to the baby tree in front. The lights are on as instructed to. The lights are on. Instructions given, even though it's still daylight. The lights are on, and the female is clearly waiting for the command signal to drive off. Okay? This is social acting, of course. There we go. That's social acting on video. There we go. So we have more clientele of the protein shake business owned by Carlos and Letty. Okay? Okay? So she's just going to remain there because she's being instructed to do so. So that? And the lights is to lure me to continue focusing on her vehicle. Okay? So obviously, she is being instructed, like a puppet, to remain there until instructed otherwise. You can clearly see that firsthand. See that? Okay, so the time continues at 7:05 p.m. July 10th, 2026. And there we go. So she's just going to continue sitting there until instructed otherwise. You can see that why the reason the lights are turned on. There we go. A little community gang stalking. A little community gang stalking. A little community gang stalking. She's still there. There we go. Told you. She was waiting all this time. There we go. We got her on video. See that? We got her on video. Told you. She was the only vehicle with the lights on. See that? Alright, we got her on video. Behind enemy lines, guys. Behind enemy lines. Second character witnesses. Okay? 7:06 p.m. July 10th, 2026. Alright, that's what we got. Get involved. It is time worth your time and effort. And please do your diligence and contact the proper authorities, especially June 10th, 2026, Wednesday, incriminating our current mayor, a misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds, and a misuse of power, okay? And safety concerns, of course, on video. There we go. Guess that's it. Moving on. We got him. You guys want to do that again? You might want to think about it. We got what we needed here, guys. Party is about to begin. Carlos Almetti Protein Shake business is doing extremely well, I have to say. We got what we needed.